Good evening, everybody. The name's Blue Fang, and welcome back to some more of the Hunger Games Simulator Season 2, Episode 7. Yes! Smooth as hell until I did that. Last time we did the 2012 TMNT, where the winner was the Rat King. Nobody likes you. This time we're doing Spongebob. This is a suggestion all the way back in Season 1 finale, but I kind of forgot about it and just went on because I wanted to debut Season 1. Anyways, this is SpongeBob characters as suggested by Monstrous Pegasister on YouTube. I will link her channel down in the description. And it's SpongeBob. Aside from maybe the Moth, who is just a reoccurring Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy villain, almost none of these characters need introduction. I guess Spot's a more recent character, and the Dirty Bubble is another Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy villain, but other than that, all of these guys are either memes or reoccurring characters. SpongeBob had a lot to work with, but I think I was definitely feeling it around the last four. Anyways, let's proceed. It's a tribute stand on the podium as the horn sounds. Fred runs away from the cornucopia. Mr. Krabs stabs SpongeBob. Oh, right. I'm rooting for Squidward tentacles and plankton. Anyways, Fred runs away. Mr. Krabs stabs SpongeBob in the back with a trident. Jeebus cripes, we already know that man's literally getting paid a nickel for his salary. What are you not willing to do to this kid, Mr. Krabs? Like, holy crap. Jeebus cripes, that man's doing anything to that kid. Poor SpongeBob. Mermaid Man runs away from the cornucopia. Pearl runs away from the cornucopia. Squealing receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Plankton finds a backpack full of canning equipment. The Flying Dutchman runs away. King Neptune stays at the cornucopia. Man Ray gathers as much food as he can. Barnacle Boy runs away. Princess Neptune finds a bow, some arrows on a quiver. Chocolate runs away from the cornucopia. Sandy runs away from the cornucopia. Potty runs away from the cornucopia. Squidward runs away from the cornucopia. Patrick runs away. Patchy runs away from the cornucopia. The Dirty Bubble runs away from the cornucopia. Spot runs away from the cornucopia. Mont takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Gary breaks Karen's nose for a basket of bread. That's kind of impressive considering A, Karen doesn't have a nose, and B, Gary had to have enough speed to form a fist and punch her hard enough to break her nose. Like, that's kind of impressive. Patrick runs away, and Miss Puff grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Day 1, Moth and Patrick threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. So already District 1 is out. Potty fishes. Sandy, Princess Neptune, Mrs. Puff, and Karen hunt for the tributes. The Flying Dutchman and Pearl hunt for the tributes. Squidward steals from Squilliam while he isn't looking. Let's go. Getting back at your rival. Mermaid Man is pricked by thumbs and picking berries. Chocolate stalks Spot. Barnacle Boy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Gary receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Patrick receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. King Neptune thinks about home. Fred hunts for other tributes. Mr. Krabs begs for Plankton to kill him. He refuses, keeping Mr. Krabs alive. Mr. Krabs, you gotta live with what you did. No, me boyo, I killed SpongeBob. Anyways, Man Ray searches for water source, and the Dirty Bubble dies from hypothermia. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. SpongeBob from District 1, the Moth from District 12, Patrick from District 1, and the Dirty Bubble from District 12. That's kind of convenient. 20 people are left with Districts 1 and 12 out of play. It's kind of convenient how they all ended up like that. A little too convenient. But here we go. The Flying Dutchman shoots for help. Patchy, Princess Neptune, Mrs. Puff, Sandy, and Plankton sleep in shifts. Gary tends the chocolate wounds. Potty defeats Barnacle Boy in a fight but spares his life. Mr. Krabs quietly hums. Karen convinces Squilliam to snuggle with her. Merry Man receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Squidward tries to treat an infection. Fred sees fire but stays hidden. Man Ray fends Pearl, King Neptune, and Spot away from his fire. Day 2. Sandy runs away from Gary. Chocolate starts to spear fish with a trident. Fred dies from an infection. 19 players remain. Mrs. Puff questions her sanity. Karen tries to spear fish with a trident. Princess Neptune questions her sanity. Pearl fishes. Squilliam runs away from Squidward. Of course. Merry Man thinks about home. Patchy picks flowers. Mr. Krabs, Plankton, King Neptune, and Mary hunt for their tributes. Potty the Parrot, Spot, Flying Dutchman, and Barnacle Boy hunt for their tributes. Only one cannon shot can be heard in the distance, and it's Fred from District 11. We have 19 players left, still with only Districts 1 and 12 out of play. Let's proceed. Night 2. King Neptune receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Squidward cries himself to sleep. Gary receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Krabs is awoken by nightmares. Barnacle Boy bashes Sandy's head against a rock several times. I thought you were a superhero. I guess he lived long enough to see himself become a supervillain. Man reserves spot supplies when he's asleep. Princess Neptune starts a fire. Merman and Squilliam talk about the tribute still alive. Mrs. Puff shoots a poisonous blow dart into Chocolate's neck, slowly killing him. Not the chocolate guy! Mrs. Puff, what are you doing? You're losing the points with the memers! Yeah. Not based. Very beta move. Potty convinces Plankton to snuggle with him. Karen, Pearl, and the Flying Dutchman cheerfully sing songs together. Patchy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Day 3. Spot makes a slingshot. Merman chases Mr. Krabs. Squilliam, Gary, and Squidward track down and kill King Neptune. A coup has started. Potty and Barnacle Boy work together for the day. Mrs. Puff dies trying to escape the arena. Mrs. Puff had a smooth brain. All that stock was finally rubbed off on her. First she killed a beloved meme, and now she dies trying to escape the arena. My goodness. Princess Neptune suits with Plankton while he isn't looking. Pearl dies from hunger. Man Ray and Karen work together to drown Patchy. No, Tom Kenny. The Flying Dutchman thinks about home. Proceed. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. A quarter of the cast. Good gracious. It's Sandy from District 2, Chocolate from District 11, King Neptune from District 8, Mrs. Puff from District 9, Pearl from District 3, and Patchy from District 7. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 people are left, with Districts 1, 11, and 12 completely out of play. Right, 13? I guess it would be 13, because 5 people died before this. Spider shoots medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Barnacle Boy decapitates Potty with the sword. Halfway through the cast, Manroy quietly hums. Plankton attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. No! Come on, man. You were so close. 11 people left. Gary tries to sing himself to sleep. Mermaid Man passes out from exhaustion. The Flying Dutchman tries to treat his infection. Mr. Krabs sits at camp for the night. Squilliam stabs Karen in the back with a trident. Okay, well, there goes that district. Scooter receives frustration from a non-sponsor. Princess Neptune looks at the night sky. Day 4. The Flying Dutchman injures himself. How? You fly. It's in the name. You're a ghost. Barnacle Boy fishes. Man Ray receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Krabs fishes. Squidward, Gary, Spot, Squilliam, and Merman hunt for the tributes, and Princess Neptune thinks about home. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Potty from District 7, Plankton from District 4, and Karen from District 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people remaining, with Districts 1, 4, 7, 11, and 12 completely out of play. Let's proceed. Man Ray tends to Gary's wound. Squidward screams for help. Mr. Clouds climbs a tree to rest. Spot, Squilliam, the Flying Dutchman, and Mermaid Man and Princess Neptune sleep in shifts. Barnacle Boy loses sight of where he is. Day 5. The Flying Dutchman tries to spearfish with the trident. That's kind of dark. You're literally spearfishing your own kind. Or whatever. Spot overhears Mr. Krabs and Squidward talking in the distance. Mr. Krabs, I like a cringe. No! Princess Neptune sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Mermaid Man discovers a river. Squilliam sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Barnacle Boy chases Gary. Man Ray sees medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. No cannon shots can be heard. Princess Neptune is awoken by nightmares. Squidward and Gary tell stories about themselves to each other. Spot fends Mermaid Man, Squilliam, and Barnacle Boy away from his fire. The Flying Dutchman thinks about winning. Mr. Krabs and Man Ray hold hands. Day 6. Squidward and Squilliam hunt for the tributes. Gary thinks about home. Mermaid Man searches for firewood. The Flying Dutchman steals from Mr. Krabs who isn't looking. Man Ray stabs Princess Neptune with a tree branch. Alright, we're down to the top 9. Barnacle Boy camouflages himself in the bushes, and Spot makes a wooden spear. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance, and it's Princess Neptune from District 8. So I believe that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. With Districts 1, 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12 out of play. Completely. Let's go back to fallen tributes and proceed. Squidward stays awake all night. Mary stays awake all night. The Flying Dutchman, Squilliam, Spot, Mr. Krabs, and Gary sleep in shifts. Mary sees clean water from an unknown sponsor. Barnacle Boy falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Jeebus Christ, Barnacle Boy, you were doing so good. Alright, The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, supplies, and memoirs from Tribute's family. Squidward decides not to go to the feast. Spot is an explosive off killing Squilliam and Mr. Krabs. Wow, that's some big hitters. The Flying Dutchman decides not to go to the feast. Merman decides not to go to the feast. Gary stabs Man Ray while his back is turned. Day 7. The Flying Dutchman collects fruit from a tree. Spot collects fruit from a tree. Squidward begs for Gary to kill him. He refuses, keeping Squidward alive. Merman thinks about home. Please, Gary, kill me. Meow. Translation: no, SpongeBob wouldn't kill you, so why should I? I think we're in the top 5. Yeah, we're in the top 5. Wolf must have let loose in the arena. Oh no! Wolf Mutts are let loose. Spot survives. Merman survives. The Flying Dutchman knocks Gary out and leaves him for the Wolf Mutts. And Squidward is eaten by Wolf Mutts. Oh, top 5. Technically top 4. Darn it. I got close. 6 can shots can be heard in the distance. Barnacle Boy from District 6. Squilliam from District 9. Mr. Krabs from District 3. Man Ray from District 10. Gary from District 5. Squidward from District 2. See everyone's status. We have 1, 2, 3 people left. Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 12 out of play. Here we go. Proceed. Spot constitute arrest. Merman and the Flying Dutchman tell ghost stories about themselves to each other. Merman kills Spot with a hatchet, while Flying Dutchman bleeds out due to untreated injuries. 2 can shots can be heard in the distance. Spot from District 5 and Mermaid Man from District 10. And Flying Dutchman from District 10. The winner is Mermaid Man from District 6. So, hold on. There we go. Mermaid Man. SpongeBob Square Pants. There we go. That does it for episode 7. And here we go. Let's review the cast. In 24th place, SpongeBob SquarePants. Jeebus Cripes, you got treated brutally in this game. In 23rd place, The Moth. In 22nd place, Patrick Starfish. In 21st place, The Dirty Bubble. In 20th place, Fred the Fish. In 19th place, Sandy Cheeks. And that's 3 of the 6. That's like 3 of, in my opinion, the big 5 main characters. That's 3 of the big 6 main characters all on the bottom half of the list. Like, my goodness. The Chocolate Meme in 18th place. King Neptune in 17th place. In 16th place with 1 kill, Mrs. Puff. Yeah, a very unbased move of you to kill the Chocolate Meme. In 15th place, Pearl. In 14th place, Patchy the Pirate. In 13th place, Potty the Parrot. In 12th place, Plankton. In 11th place with 1 kill, Karen. In 10th place, Princess Neptune. In 9th place with 2 kills, Barnacle Boy. In 8th place with 2 kills, Squilliam Fancy Son. In 7th place with a kill, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, that kill was your star employee. Like, my goodness. I'd expect it from Squidward, but not you. In 6th place with 2 kills, Man Ray. In 5th place with 2 kills, Gary. In 4th place with a kill, Squidward. In who is the longest lasting major character. I'm kind of happy. I mean, I wish he would have won, but, you know, we still got more episodes, and episodes before I need a second pick, so I can get a second pick. In third place, in third place with 2 kills, Spot the Dog. In second place with 1 kill, The Flying Dutchman. And the winner of this episode, moving on to the season 2 finale, is Mermaid Man with a kill. Let's go. So, not really much happened. District placements: in 12th place, District 1, in 11th place, District 12, in 10th place, District 11, in 9th place, District 7, in 8th place, District 4, in 7th place, District 8, in 6th place, District 9, in 5th place, District 3, in 4th place, District 2, in 3rd place, District 5, and in 2nd place, District 10, in 2nd place, District 10, and in 1st place, District 6. All right. Well, that does it for this episode. So, if you have any suggestions that you want to see make an episode, please just comment them down below. But until that time happens, I must bid you all a good I must remind you all that my name is Blue Fang, and bid you all a good west position of the sun. So until then, goodbye. Goodbye.